Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, Ms. Lia. We're from Group One. We would like to present our journal review titled Two Sides of the Same Coin, University Industry Collaboration and Open Innovation as Enhancers of Performance. Next. In a business environment that has been more and more competitive, firms are provided competitive advantage through innovation. An accurate innovative strategy can help the promotion of sustainable practice, leading to a differentiation from their competitors. At present, confidence and technological fusion have become a key for sustainable growth, and the companies can no longer barely focus on research and development in order to innovate. Under this spell, open innovation appears as the natural strategy to adopt. Knowledge and ideas may be originated from outside the firm and embedded in the internal R&D processes, or even directly as innovations. While the diffusion of knowledge and ideas can also be moved from the company to the market to be commercialized. The interest of the academics in open innovation has grown exponentially, with growing literature in the field emerging with insights from economic theory, economics of innovation, and management over the last 2 decades, being therefore classified as emergent. The present research contributes to the debate on the role of the effectiveness of the open innovation strategies in the promotion of financial performance. It combines two perspectives. First, the importance of open innovation as catalyst of knowledge production and diffusion and its combination with university-industry collaborations. Next. The article aims to make a twofold contribution to extend literature in the topic. First, by theoretically supporting the complementary of these sources of knowledge to produce innovation, thus leveraging firm performance. Secondly, the empirical model reinforces the quantitative dimension of these effects, evidencing that the both open innovation strategies and university-industry collaborations matter as performance enhancers. Notwithstanding, the adoption of only one of them could be a backlash in performance promotion. In detail, the empirical models were built with the objective to investigate the impact of open innovation in business performance and cast light on the role of university-industry collaborations in this process. It is aimed to quantitatively address if these sources of knowledge behave as complements or substitutes in the promotion of financial performance. Next.
Now we get into the state of art, what firms and university can collab. Firstly, we have to know what the meaning of UIC. UIC are an important source of knowledge production, being an important engine of knowledge production, promoting technology's push. And what we expect from this collaboration? We expect that the collaboration between university and industry naturally includes scientific research, and it result when it practice, this is a very similar procedure to the commercial technology transfer. And then, but the academia and firm must be have motive why they do the collab. For the academia, the motive are first, educational improvement through the applied investigation, access to financial resources, availability of empirical data, and the last is immersion in real-world problems. And the formative are increase competitive through early access to the scientific or technological knowledge. And the second is risk reduction through the sharing of certain research activities. The third is use of unique research capabilities. And then we talk about the open innovation. Uh, Usually, firm involved in open innovation in different ways, such as the first is UIC, and the second is collaboration between companies, collaboration between intermediate companies, firm user collaboration, disposal of assets, and the last is technology of transfer. To make it complete, the firm should combine both internal and external resources in the innovation processes as a way of enhancing their innovative. The author set three hypotheses. The first is open innovation enhance firm financial performance. The second, university industry collaboration enhance financial performance. And the last is university industry collaboration combined with open innovation for the leverage from financial performance.
The next section is about database, methods, and variables. And we got into database description and structural traits first. Here is a table about database and structural traits. The empirical analysis was performed using two main data sources. At first, the data will be collected from a purposeful survey sent to approximately 11,000 firms operating in Portugal from all economic sectors, encompassing the period between 2016 and 2018. From Table 1, the number of firms which perform internal R&D activities is nearly the same from those who don't. Among those, two-thirds do contact with universities and nearly 85% perform OI strategies. Next. Next. Next one is about variable construction and descriptives. Here is a table about variable description. There is three types of variables. The first one is dependent variable, and the second one is independent variable, and the third one is control variable. Next. And we get into the last section about descriptive and correlation. Here is a table 3 about descriptive statistic and correlation table. Table 3 presents the descriptive statistic and correlation for all variables. The objective of this step is to better understand the variable distribution as well as the connection. As the result to evidence, there is a strong correlation among the proxies describing UIC. After performing the VIF test, it was evident that they were not collinear to the dependent variable, so they were alternatively included in the econometric models to address different perspectives in the role of UIC as a driver of firm performance. Next.
Okay, so the next we will discuss about economic estimation. Econometric analysis aims to empirically test the validity of the hypothesis theoretically constructed. The analysis presents 10 alternative econometric models. The first model encompasses the control variables to understand their importance in determining the financial performance of firms. And second model adds the effect of open innovation strategies, either with inbound or outbound knowledge flows. The third model adds the effect of open innovation strategies, either with inbound or outbound knowledge flows. And for the model number 3 to 6, it analyzed the importance of IUC in a different perspectives. As aforementioned, these perspectives could not be included together to avoid multi-collinearity problems. And model number 7 to 10 combine the simultaneous effects of OI and UIC in firm performance. And in all models, the dependent variable proxies performance as the logarithm of total turnover as a consequence. The multinomial regression will evidence the impact of an exogenous change in predictors on performance growth. Next. Okay, so the next is economic results. The model number 1 shows that rising in the availability of skilled workers will positively affect financial performance, and larger and older firms will also score high performance growth. Model number 2 proves the importance of inbound open innovation strategies in the promotion of performance growth. Outbound knowledge flows failed to be statistically significant. And for the model number 7, show that the open innovation has a direct effect of 27.3% on performance, added to a combined effect of 44.4%. And in terms of the specific proxies, the combined effect of OI with diversity is the one who leverages the most turnover growth. And from overall model, the results show the connection to the academy enhanced performance growth, and the connecting to the university raises the financial performance by 57.7%. And each addition university contacted raises performance by 36.2%. And the deepening in the type of contact established increases performance by 20.6%, and the financial performance raises by 15.8% per additional contact established. Next. And to be discussed, OI studies focus on inbound and outbound strategies, and these knowledge flows are expected to increase firm performance. Market-dominating firms are often innovation leaders compared to their smaller counterparts, and inbound OI strategies will permit lowering production costs, higher sales, more new products, and less time to market. Then in model 7, 8, 9, and 10, they demonstrate the existence of a combined effect of OI strategies with UIC regardless the perspective of the contact. And the academy provides a plethora of resources from development. And rising dimension improve the performance, which is perhaps justified by the existence of internal R&D departments leveraging innovation process. And UIC improve performance, and the connection requires heterogeneity and deepness. And for the hypothesis 1 is partially supported given the insignificance of the outbound knowledge flow, and hypothesis 2 and hypothesis 3 being supported. Next.
Next, we will discuss about the implication and policy recommendation. The theoretical implication is this way of process appearing insignificant, enforcing the importance of the collaboration, and the collaboration with different institutions are more effective and avoiding connection with a single one. As the consequence, it is fundamental that the company improve their ability to manage relationship with external agents from whom technology emerges to combine them with internal knowledge. Avoiding innovation and accelerating innovation process consequently increase the performance. According to Brigadier and the others, the exploitation of surplus technology need to be designed to fully exploit by firm. The process requires a new approach of interoperability along with a certain appreciation of the risk involved in the counter setting and maintenance the various channel of collaboration involve additional cost and extensive investment in their coordination, replacing firm profitability. Next, and the practical implication is the use of AI to enhance the company performance. However, the outbound variable present the unexpected significant requiring attention. Long-term strategy and intangible benefit must be considered when appreciating outbound AI and short-term strategy exploit internal knowledge externally, which may explain the lack of impact in the internal performance. And limitation and future risks of this article is the present work also have some limitation. The database is not representative of the country entrepreneur fabric. It is uncertain that collaboration makes its university fully represented in the database, given that it only have several types of contact present in the survey. It will be important to analyze this hypothetical in different geographies with different technology capabilities. Future studies should try to use different methodological approach and different tools to measure the impact of different OI activities as well as collaboration framework. Next. And the last is government must encourage the access of knowledge between the university and industry, promoting innovation as the natural path of the sustainable future. OA is the key to supporting network rather than individual company in promoting the market competition. The problem realized is the fact that to sell surplus knowledge, organizations need to reveal some part in the supply of external agent and need to be protected from being procured by competitor. More solid regulations are required in this field. Public policy must ensure credibility for companies to remain open to information sharing, and policymakers should reverse innovation practice, entrepreneurs, and the presence of new markets, becoming more active rather than a simple regulator. A required environment must be provided to firms so they can establish a relationship of trust with communities, network, and the actors. Next.
As the conclusion, the present work aim at investigating the role of open innovation along with the university-industry collaborations in firm performance and further addressing if they behave as complements or substitutes. Empirical evidence proves that open innovation and university-industry collaborations are mutually reinforcing. There is an effective gain in promoting university-industry collaborations. However, the link must be developed considering a multi-international network, enhancing formal contacts rather than informal channels. Companies are profit targeted towards their sources of knowledge and information. As a consequence, their connection to the academia must generate value. In a nutshell, the empirical results have shown that the efficacy of the public policy actions in these factors will depend on a smart and specific incentives, as broad recommendations will fail producing the expected outcomes. At first, policymakers need to bear in mind that the promotion of open innovation strategies needs to be complemented with an approach to the universities. It seems more effective to promote a multi-channel ecosystem of collaborations rather than a single connection. This result is very important as it sheds light on the richness of the institutional diversity and opens new avenues to multi-university collaborations. Besides, establishing more persistent contacts with the academia is more fruitful than sporadic connections. Finally, given the insignificance of the outbound knowledge flows, more work needs to be done both in the field of policy instruments and future research. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.